some of these, the poorest of the poor, who had their individual houses out here in the Ninth Ward, hardworking people, mostly people who work for the hotels, service industry, restaurants, that kind of thing, lived out there. And that's where the African population moved first, who serviced the French Quarter. And it was a long trek to get to the French Quarter, but it was their own house, their own piece of land. And these were homeowners who've had generations of people living in the same block, all, you know, related. And very, very nice to know that you've got somebody you know. Oh, you know what? We're going to go down Claiborne instead. Claiborne's much more interesting. Okay, sorry. I decided to change route.
Well, the Hyatt people told me that they just lost track, a lot of their employees, and people just never came back.
Well, people never came back, and if they got a job, they stayed. A lot of people, unfortunately, if you were rescued from the convention center, which everybody's heard about and saw pictures of, where people were dying and covering them up with blankets and just leaving them there for days, no place to bring them. But if you got stuck in that, when the buses came, they took a few people to regional Louisiana places like Lafayette and Baton Rouge, and they filled up their domes, and the people stayed there for like a couple of months. Then they would come get you, put you on a plane, not tell you where you were going, and fly you out. And before you landed, they say, okay, now we're in Oregon. So a lot of people wound up in some very odd places. And actually some people like it better because the education's better, for one. Their system is better, but it was mostly places without any city life, and these people are drenched in city life here. So, but some people adapted, and particularly in Texas, we took over Texas a lot. And some of the folks that I know who are relatively poor who moved out there are, they said that the education system in Texas is so much better. Two people I know who I worked with had kids who were developmentally delayed and were special needs kids, and Texas apparently has a system where these kids get daily home aides to come in and help them, and we don't have that here. And they have special teachers, and they still manage to integrate them with other kids, and the parents aren't leaving Houston because their kids are well taken care of in the system for free, and we don't have it at all here. So a lot of people stayed for their kids, and nobody wanted to bring kids back here. It's bringing kids back here didn't make sense for a really long time. And now that our crime is back to where it was in 1996, I wouldn't bring a kid here. It's just, I know New Orleans. But this is going toward the Ninth Ward. Several schools have not opened yet, including this one. It's closed. You see all the little things across it. So that's one school. I think we lost 31 schools, and very few of them come back. Basically, they had to raise all the schools that were damaged because they were already so old, probably 80 to 90 years old, and they've fallen apart. Sitting in water for 6 weeks will ruin everything. It doesn't matter if you got 10 feet or 2 feet. That just means that I had to clean out more junk.